Well, isn't this a fun little team? I'm going through the third iteration now of different types of round one squads that you can go with, and small changes on the fringies and the cheapies based on the information that we get from trials. And we've had a couple of trials so far. Laban was in the last one. We'll scratch him out of this one, but that's not the focus of it. The focus of it is around the guns and where you're putting your cash. And in this scenario, the mid-range guys have actually moved to the wing fullbacks and to Metcalf in the halves. And what you're looking at in terms of guns is spreading that mainly across the top dog positions. And when I say top dog positions, we're looking at the guys that the meat and potatoes get their base stats and the best positions usually in the first 6 rounds. And that is hooker, that is the mids, and that is edge. These guys can build up those runs, those tackles, and sometimes the mids and the edges get those, they're the players that get the tries early on with the ball not being spread as perfectly well, and they try to keep it pretty tight in amongst there. So that's where the money is. We have gone Cleary as our most expensive player, and we're actually going to captain Terrell May in this side, and shout out to Terrell. He didn't make the last team, as I forgot putting in all the 800 plus K guys into the side. And hopefully this time I haven't missed anyone, but Terrell May is going to be the captain. We're loading up on the mid strategy. He's going to be partnered by Hopgood and Barnett. Barnett looked awesome the other night. Hopgood has 60 upside in him. We've got Harry Grant. We know what he can do. We do have Olaquatu and Butcher, both guys that I think could get into the 50s. Butcher probably a 52 to 54. Olaquatu started really well in the mid 50s. So that's kind of the play, and to save a little bit of cash on those guys in that position. And Fisher Harris actually, climbs into that interchange as well, just to give us some more starch in our mids and some more consistency. And in this side, that's what we're looking for. Looking to spend a little bit less in some of the more volatile positions, in centre, in wing fullback, and there's potentially going to be a decent amount of half value if we do happen to get a Jack Cole, a Tom Duffy, these types of guys there, and then we're going to partner Cleary with Metcalf, given we got that little bit extra cash to spend, and sitting there with 90k in the bank, I think gives us some room to move in this type of side, if that's what you were looking at. Those mid-range guys in wing fullback, we've gone with Brimson to start, and you would have seen from my video this morning on the mid-range wing fullbacks, Brimson comes into calculations there, and so does Greg Marzu. So I wanted to target them in this video just to show them off a little bit more. And if you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. It was a fun one with a few guys like Brimson and Marzu potentially having some value. We kept the centres the same at this stage with Jack Bird and Tamale, which, Tamale could get changed. We're also unsure on guys like Rob Toyer. So if we were to make any transfers in that position, we do have that extra funding, and it could end up being an Isaiah Tass or something like that if you're looking at this side for now. And then our 4 on the bench, it's Fish, it's Cole, it's Mamazelis, and Sandon Smith, with, honourable mention, if guys like Tom Duffy were starting, I'd probably have him in over Cole. In this side, Tom Amone, we've got Ty Munro, who will be coming in for Brimson's loop. That would be the play. I'd pop whoever plays first. I haven't looked at it yet. Where is it? We got none of those guys. Roosters. When do the Bunnies play? They're a little bit later, aren't they? The Bonnets. Where did I miss them? Oh, yeah, there they are. Against the Dolphins there in 5th. Who else is going to be there? The Knights. We could put Greg in there as our looper. And the Eels are a little bit later as well, aren't they? Yeah, the Eels are the last one on the list. Is that right? Storm? Yeah, up against the Eels. So Iongi will stay where he is. Greg would be the guy that I'd loop on the interchange and then make that decision with Brimson as if he was going to be coming in as the loop, or if we needed another wing fullback. Let's just say Greg got injured in the first 5 minutes, then you could switch Brimson for another guy anywhere near that 500k mark, which if we just were to have a quick look right now at some of the guys you might want to look at from 482k and up, you could obviously go down as well, but there's less options once you've got those couple of mid-rangers already. Leota would have already played. You also have to look at the guys that might have played already. Guys like Pappenhausen, you could pick at 530, would be cool. Obviously spoke about him already. Guys like Fletcher Sharp, if you had to, no, you wouldn't be able to do that with Greg. But you do have some options, obviously, there. Ruben Garrick plays, what does he play? On the run. Where are they? Manly Boys. There they are. Saturday against the Cows. So you can go to Garrick if you didn't have him in your side. So there's a few options like that with that extra cash that you can muck around with. So that's where the looping could make sense. And just to give you another example of that, which is cool. But yeah, keeping this simple as always. These short and sharp guys, just to give you a little bit of strategy on it. These guys, they're best at the start of the season. Usually, you will get the odd, wing fullback, the odd half, the odd centre that comes out and dominates, like we saw with Isaac Tungo in the centres last year, when he had a couple of back rowers trying to defend him, when he was at his fittest and fastest for sure, before he copped some knocks and whatever else. So that's where this money is being put. And then if you do have a bit of cash in the bank, you can make some moves. If any of the cheapies go wrong, you can upgrade them a little bit. We've got guys like Nwanga Nitawaze. If he comes out and plays well, then sweet. If, we can move Rob Toyer if he doesn't play, those types of things with having, that 90, 100K, whatever it is, in the bank. And if things don't work out too well, you can move one of those guys in the top gun positions and spread that evenly, or spread that in one more gun position in one of the other positions of center or wing fullback. But in this scenario, it's good to have the 3 positions covered already with guns. And then you're looking at the halves pretty solid as well. You could use that Fisher-Harris money, obviously playing early, but that type of player, one of these guns, could move to another position to shore that up as well. So yeah, keep it simple, guys, with that one. Podcast, if you want to check that out, please do. All these videos are in podcast form, and they come out 3 to 4 hours earlier at the moment. But thanks for checking out the video. Please subscribe if you want to check out anything to do with the private group, and I can help you with your team one-on-one, all the good stuff like that with prizes. Check the description below, all of the information and all of the ways that you can pay as well if you're from New Zealand and all that kind of stuff. We're open to everyone. Got about 30% of people from New Zealand in the private group, and they're all legends. So thanks so much for watching this one, and we'll catch you in the next video, which will be the Wing Fullback Cash Cows.